welcome to my channel. I thought what I would do today is a nice little smoky eye. For someone like me who is very, let me take those off. For someone like me who has very hooded eyes, a liquid line it's a bit harsh. It doesn't do anything for a hooded eye. So I thought a smoky eye looks good on me. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So far I have prepped my skin, I have cleansed it, and I have moisturized, and now let's get this hair off my face. The first thing I'm going to start with is to prime. I have got my primer was from Woolworths. It is a green tinted primer because I have rosacea on my cheeks, so the green primer helps just even out the red tone. Not too much. And then we're going to smooth that all over. Oh, it makes your skin feel like absolute silk. Feels so amazing. There we go. Okay, next for foundation, I have Rimmel Match Perfect in color, I don't have my glasses on, in color ivory. So we put a pump of that on. I tend to smooth it all over and then come back over it with my beauty blender. I have microbladed eyebrows, so if you get a little bit of foundation on your brows, I just go over it with some micellar water. I use the Nivea, and then just on a little earbud. Let's get that wet. And then I just simply wipe over wherever the foundation landed on my brows. I'm going to go over my cheeks with a more foundation over my rosacea. I don't use a full cover foundation. I just use whatever I can afford. None of my products are fancy or high-end. They all come from Clicks or Dischem or any of your local pharmacies or shopping grocery stores. So none of my stuff is fancy, and yet every day I manage to make a pretty decent look out of it. So you don't need fancy to make pretty. The concealer I'm going to apply today is Pro Conceal by LA Girl. It's by LA Girl, Pro Conceal. My concealer is by LA Girl Pro Conceal, and it is in color Porcelain. So we are going to stick that over my rosacea. I found it's quite a dry product. Like, it's not creamy. It dries almost like a powder, literally. So I just get that on, and then I'm going to just pat it with my beauty blender and bring that in under my eyes. I don't like to conceal too heavily because when you start to get wrinkles, it can sit in those creases. So you've got to find the right products for you. I don't necessarily think I have the right products, but it's what I can afford. So yeah, and we just blend it out. There we go. For powder, I have my Yardley loose powder in deep beige that I'm just going to put a light layer over everywhere. So I'm just going to take a large brush, no name, ancient brush, and I'm going to just gently put that all over. Oh, don't forget to blend your foundation into your neck. This one is the perfect color to my skin, so I haven't bothered to be too particular about that, but that is very important. Next thing I'm going to do are my eyebrows. So all I do for that is I take a fine brush, if I can find it, Where is it gone? There it is. I just take a fine brush like this, and I'm going to dip my fine brush into Brow This Way by Rimmel. As you can see, it's pretty old. I've had it for a few years. So in that goes. I either use this is like a cream and a powder in one compact. So you go over with the cream and then you set it with the powder. There we go. Eyebrows are done. Moving on. Okay, we need to add some shading onto this face of mine. So I have got the Essence Mattifying Compact Powder in shade Toffee. Sounds delicious. I've just got a little, I use this brush for everything from blusher to shader to highlighter. Probably not recommended, but yeah. So in that goes, you're going to put it into the hollows of our cheeks, emphasize the shading, go up the temples and across the top of the forehead. It just gives you, even in the middle of winter, it just gives you a nice little sun-kissed look. Yeah. I do a little bit on the sides of my nose and the ball of my nose. I do under my chin, just so it looks like I have less of a double chin. And then we're going to do the jawline to emphasize that. Also, another thing I like to do with bronzer is just a little on the eyelids. So I come in with the exact same brush and I just give a very brutal, very careless brush across the lids, just to give it a little bit of color. There we go. Next we're going to come in with some eyeshadow. So what I have is a old Urban Decay Naked 7 palette, which is not the real thing. It is a knockoff from Chinatown. So yeah, but it's got some it's very well used, and it's got some lovely colors. Anyway, so I've got this little small brush and I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker brown just in my crease. This is a must when you have hooded eyes because you need something to lift them. So in the crease and just above the crease, we're going to put, it has no name, but we are using this brown over here. I'm going to pull it down on the end towards my eyelashes, and a little across my eyelashes too. Then we're going to come in with a clean brush and just blend that in a bit. And then we're going to do the other eye. There we go. Right, now for some smoke. So I have the Rimmel that magnifies, play on words, Electric Violet edition, and I also have the Spice edition. But the darker one, or the one with the darker color in it, the black, is the Electric Violet. So I have another small brush, and this is going to go in my crease slightly. It's going to go on the edges, and it's also going to go along the eyelashes. So here we go. And we're just going to blend that out. If you find you are left with any kind of harsh lines, you can just go over that with a lighter shade again. There we go. I'm sure mine is very far from perfect, but this is real life and things aren't perfect, so it is what it is. So that's that done, and that's my lids basically I am going to come in with something slightly darker on my lids in a moment, but for now I'm going to take a bit of a charcoal color, that one over there. I'm just going to do a little bit under my eyes. Focusing mainly on the outer corner. Every now and then I just give a little dust on my cheeks in case there's any fallout. You don't want to smudge that and leave it permanently there. So I'm taking a little sponge applicator and I'm just sticking that in another dark shadow, and I'm just going to finish off the line on the top of my eyelash line, just for a little more definition, because we're going to be putting on some false lashes. Right, so we need a little bit of highlight to, you know, spruce up the eyes a little bit. So I've got this purple palette again, and I'm going to be using this little shimmery one on the end, and we're going to put that in two places. We're going to go up by the brow, just for a bit of sparkle and to also lift that eyebrow, and then also on the inner corners of our eyes, just to open up that area. So the next thing we're going to do is add a bit of color into my cheeks, and then we are going to do a bit of highlight. So for my cheeks, I'm not even prepared to tell you what I'm using. It is old. It is very old. Very, very old. I don't know why blushes aren't something I just tend to gravitate towards when I buy myself makeup. And I don't buy often. But anyway, I'm using the lighter shade. And we're going to give it a little smile, and then we are going to just put this gently on the apples of our cheeks. I use exactly the same brush. I just wipe it off a bit, and then I'm going to use my highlighter, which is also from Essence highlighter in the shade, it's hard when you wear glasses, in the shade number 20, Hypnotic. So we are just going to be sticking that on the tops of our cheeks, over here on our cheekbone. Again, just bringing in a bit of highlight and a bit of depth of field, as it were. I'm going to put a tiny bit of this on the tip of my nose, and then also just here, top lip, and a tiny bit on my chin. Next, we're going to be putting on some mascara. The mascara I have today is from L'Oreal. It is Volume Million Lashes Extra Black. I'm going to be putting this on my top lashes, but first I'm going to curl them. On my bottom lashes, I have Mega Length by, hold on. Oh, Wet n Wild. There we go. So I'm going to curl and then apply my mascara. I do lift my lid ever so slightly, otherwise with a hooded lid and being my age, it tends to like get caught, which is not so pleasant. I do not have very many eyelashes. It's very sad. I never have. I'm just not one of those who are blessed with many eyelashes, sadly. The bottom ones, I'm using this particular mascara because it's got a lovely little narrow, what is it called? I feel like I know what it's called. I'll think about it. I do try. What can you do? Hence the false eyelashes today, just so you can see like this look with like some nice lashes. Next, I'm going to do my falsies. This would be exactly possibly the second or third time I've ever applied these, so wish me luck. have to start somewhere. These are Catrice Cosmetics, and I got them at Dischem. Oh, I will load all of the items below. I will link them if I can find them. I'm sure we'll find something similar. So these look like this. The eyelash glue that I bought is also by Catrice. It's just this little bottle of eyelash glue. So we're going to be applying those onto the eyelash, and then we're going to wait about 30 seconds, give it a little wave around, and then we're going to attempt to pluck that baby on this eyelid. I also got these little tweezers specifically for false eyelashes. Oh, they are Catrice, from Catrice. There is a name on there, and like, okay, so we are taking this little baby and we're going to try get it like level on the eyelid and then stick it down. Oh my hats, did I just apply a decent eyelash? Well, what do you know? We just gotta wait for the glue to dry, but I'm gonna stick on the other one. I ask you guys, what a huge difference. The glue still has to dry, but how cool do these look? Oh, 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 so cute. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I like those. Those look very, very nice. I'm very happy. Lastly, I have my lips to do, and then we are going to go look very glam while I go and get some groceries. So I've got a lip liner I'm going to stick on. We're going to do a nice nude lip, purely because I've got quite a heavy eye on. And this is it's a Gel Sensation lip liner by Yardley. I'm ever so slightly overlining, and I'm going to color the whole lip in with the lip liner. It's a good color. I like it. Then I've got a tiny bit of lippy to go over, and it's just a very creamy, soft pink. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of that on. And this is by... oh my word, we have a theme today. It's Rimmel as well. Rimmel in color 700. Just dotting it all over just to increase a little pinkness. And finally, we're going to go over with, guess what brand this is. Go and guess. Rimmel. We're going to put Rimmel over. It is the Oh My Gloss in shade Smart Pink. And there's my finished lip. I think this is looking good. Last and definitely least, we are going to use a setting spray by guess who? Rimmel. You know what, I think they're just very, very cost effective. They I wouldn't say inexpensive, but they are affordable and they have a good range, so it just seems to be where I'm hovering at the moment. So it is the Insta Fix and Go. And we're going to give this a light spritz with our eyes closed and just let it dry for a moment. Oh guys, it smells so good. It smells like fruit and citrus and cucumber. Oh, it smells delicious, honestly. Really, really good. I could use a bit of vodka in that. So there we go with our finished look for the day. It's probably a bit much for daytime, probably more of a nighttime look, but I am going to hit the grocery store. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I love the eyelashes. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I thoroughly enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you're inspired to try something different with your makeup and to realize that not everything has to be expensive. Things can be cheap and work just as good. So please leave a like and a nice comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you can be aware when I post my next video. And yeah, Thank you guys. Love you all. Mwah.